Morning. It's October the 11th, and there is where we had our Georgia Jet sweet potatoes growing along the house. I've taken the trellis down. We've cleaned out the planting area there, and now we're amending our soil back for next year's grow. We have a 12-foot by about I think it's around 7 or 8 foot trellis, and then I tie them to the ropes up there that's in the eaves of the house, and then we grow those sweet potatoes up up the trellis. But I think we're going to move them and rotate plant. We're getting the soil ready. Actually, I've already did it this morning, and I'll show you the amendments we add to our little. It's 12 foot long by right around 2 foot wide, and this is right off our driveway here. You can see the vehicles. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different things we've added to this soil. As I was turning it in, I took a lot of the soil out of there, and this is our bunny manure from our rabbits, and that is the bedding and some of the straw that they eat. They eat organic Timothy hay, and then we have them using litter boxes, and in the litter boxes we just use the pine pellets like they use in horse stalls. We get that at a Tractor Supply. And then we have the horticultural perlite. And then down here we've got 1 cup of granulated lime and 1 cup of granulated gypsum. And that's to add some calcium in there. And then right here we have the Sunshine Mix peat moss. You get that at about any big box stores. We buy that from our local Menards. And we actually bought some of this straw. It's 99% weed free, and it's garden safe. And we've added that in there for some organic matter. And then what we have here in the bucket is our composted leaves. You can see how nice and rich and dark these things are. Oh, I got some trash there. I got to get that out of there. So right here we go. So we got some composted leaves in there too, and a little bit of composted mulch that we've added. And I've turned all of this stuff in here probably about 8 inches deep, 8 to 10 inches deep. And next year, we're not sure yet if we're going to put garlic in here or if we're going to put our Halcinator tomatoes. We grew Halcinators tomatoes last year back there along the fence. And we've been growing them back there, but we're going to get into some rotating because we had some blight issues come on pretty quick in them, and that's probably because we grew them there the previous year. So on our small city lot, we're limited on really how we can rotate plant things. We have some planter boxes on the other side of the house and a little grow area right there, and we're really limited for space. So we do the best we can, but we're going to switch up. I'm probably not going to do our sweet potatoes here next year. We'll find another place for them, probably on the other side. But we're probably going to either put potatoes, the Sarpomiras here, or our Halcinator tomatoes here. Now, this side of the house is facing west, and that is south. So we're not going to get as much sun as back there along the back. But that's okay. We'll make do for a year or two until we can get whatever we're planting here back along there. We're just gonna switch things up a bit. But we get this ready in the fall, and all of this stuff will start breaking down and working in together by the spring. And then when we figure out what we're going to put here, then we can add our amendments like bone meal and blood meal and worm castings and things like that. I've got a back there is an old tree we had cut down on our property many years ago, and it's been under tarps. Well, the winds from these storms blew it over, so I got to get back there this winter and get some of that out of there and straighten it back up. It's probably a rick of wood, and I burned that in our fire pit, and then I saved the ash out of there, and we'll sprinkle some of that in here too for some potash. But we're getting ready to get it all ready to go for next year, and we'll have a good start on this area once we decide what we're going to put in here. But at any rate, we're getting some good soil amending going on today, and we'll probably do this in another spot. I've got another raised bed on the other side of the house that I really need to get this stuff into. So we're going to spend the day trying to get everything amended we can with this stuff to get a good start on next year's gardening. Thanks for watching.